The signal, Dr. Evelyn Carter leaned over the console, eyes locked on the strange waveform flickering across the screen. For years, she had searched the endless cosmos for any sign of intelligent life. Tonight, she had found it. The signal had arrived unexpectedly, an eerie pulse emanating from a sector of space where no planets or stars should exist. It repeated every 13 seconds, whispering across the void like a heartbeat. It wasn't natural. It wasn't random. It was deliberate. Evelyn's fingers trembled as she adjusted the receiver, amplifying the sound. A low, humming frequency resonated through the lab. Then, beneath the static, something else emerged. A voice, not human, not mechanical. It spoke in a language that made her skin crawl, words forming shapes in her mind she couldn't comprehend yet somehow understood. "You hear us." The message slammed into her like a physical force. She staggered back, chest heaving. The signal hadn't just been detected, it had detected her. The lab's lights flickered. Monitors crackled. The room seemed to shrink, the air thick with an unseen presence. Evelyn turned to run, but her body froze. A shadow pooled in the center of the room, not cast by any light source. It writhed, dark tendrils stretching outward like fingers. Her breath hitched. The static deepened, resonating in her skull. She knew, in some primal way, that she wasn't alone anymore. They had come through the signal. And they were here. Evelyn's screen flashed with a final message, scrawled in symbols she shouldn't have been able to read, yet understood with bone-deep certainty. "We are not from the stars. We have always been here." The lights went out, and the whispering began. Evelyn's pulse pounded in her ears as the whispering slithered through the darkness. It wasn't coming from one place. It was everywhere. Soft voices brushed against her consciousness, layering over one another like ghostly echoes, threading through her thoughts as if they belonged there. Then came the shapes. Dark silhouettes pulsed in the blackness, their outlines shifting, unstable. They were neither human nor entirely alien, something else entirely, something ancient. They twisted in and out of sight, flickering like broken projections, their forms distorting with each whisper. Evelyn forced herself to move, stumbling blindly toward the emergency power switch on the far wall. Her fingers found the lever and yanked it down. A dim red glow flickered to life, casting long trembling shadows across the lab, and revealing them. Figures stood between her and the exit. Their forms were impossibly thin, stretched like shadows barely clinging to existence. Their faces, if they could be called that, were voids, absence given shape. Yet she felt their gaze, a weight pressing against her soul. The whispers intensified, their words sinking deeper into her mind. "You have called. You have opened the door. Now you must see." Evelyn's breath hitched. See what? The figures moved, gliding rather than walking, surrounding her. The darkness thickened again, swallowing the emergency light. And then, the lab was gone. She stood in a place that defied explanation. Space stretched in infinite directions, pulsing with unnatural hues. Neither land nor sky beneath her feet. Structures loomed in the void, not built but grown, shifting as though alive. And at the center of it all, something vast stirred. Evelyn tried to scream, but the whispers had taken her voice. She had answered the signal. And now, there was no turning back. The colossal presence before her unfolded, layers of reality peeling away as it emerged. It was not a creature, not a being, but something beyond definition. Its existence rippled through her mind, showing her visions of civilizations crumbling, of galaxies collapsing, of time itself bending to something older than the universe. A voice, deeper than space, resonated through her soul. "We are the first. We are the last. We are the watchers of your kind." Evelyn fell to her knees, her mind unraveling. What? What do you want?" The shifting void pulsed. "You have called, now you must return the call." She didn't understand until she felt it. Something was seeping into her, an echo of the signal embedding itself in her bones. She was becoming the transmission, the next beacon. She would carry their message, their presence, to others. The realization sent a wave of horror through her. No, I won't. You already have. The scene shattered. The lab snapped back into focus. The emergency light flickered. The whispering faded. Evelyn gasped, collapsing against the console. The monitors displayed nothing but static. The signal was gone. Or so it seemed. She could still hear it. A faint pulse in the back of her mind, waiting, calling. And somewhere, out in the dark, something was listening. Days passed, but Evelyn couldn't escape it. The whispering was softer now, hidden beneath the noise of life, but it was always there, waiting for her to acknowledge it. She left the lab, abandoned her research, but the world outside felt different, off, as if something had shifted in a way only she could perceive. People she passed on the street gave her strange, knowing glances. The hum of city life had a rhythm she had never noticed before, a pattern. 13 seconds, a pulse in the streetlights, a flicker in car radios, the rhythm of footsteps on the pavement. She wasn't just carrying the signal, it was spreading. One night as she lay in bed, Evelyn's phone vibrated. A message from an unknown number. Just 2 words. You hear us. Her breath caught. Her reflection in the dark window stared back at her, but it wasn't quite right. The shape of her eyes, the way her lips curled as if she was hearing something else, something she shouldn't. And then, from deep inside her mind, something whispered, "We are here." The lights went out. The transmission had begun.